Jean Silva looks like a guy that could potentially be a world title challenger, if not champion at some point. The only guy that I've seen beat on Bryce like that was Ilia Topuria. Ilia beat him up bad and submitted him. Jean Silva did the same thing. That submission was nasty.
I'm trying not to laugh, but I keep this meme keeps popping up in my head. I saw the picture of, Jean Silva with that ninja choke locked in, and they have, Bryce's face kind of like in agony. Yeah. And it says, all right, bro, the earth is round. Damn.
Right. A somewhat meteoric rise for Jean Silva. He only entered the UFC in January of 2024, and he's been an incredible story, and he's so entertaining. He does really remind me of a smaller version of prime Wanderlei Silva. Like, he actually looks like him, and the head tattoos, and then the guy is just, I don't know what that move is that he does where he like hangs onto the cage afterwards. That's sort of what is that? Is that Spider-Man? What is he doing? It's crazy.
It looked like Silva was just, for one, Silva's crazy as hell.
Yeah.
Like proper crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I don't know what it was. Bryce Mitchell just Silva just beat him up, man. Like, I felt like Silva just controlled the entire fight. He was just like, he wasn't even going 100%.
Jean Silva's calling for a title fight against Volkanovski. If I'm the UFC, call me, am I crazy? I'm making Jean Silva versus Volkanovski. I am, because right now Jean Silva's doing incredible things. He's won 5 in a row. He's like getting these viral finishes. He could not be more popular. Yes, okay, Movsar Evloev, meritocracy and all the rest of it. Yeah, he deserves it more. Of course he does. But I'm saying just capitalize on this moment right now and say, screw it. Give Volkanovski Jean Silva and let the fans absolutely lose their mind.
So I feel like I had to say it, and I said it out there on, I said it in a video that I put on Twitter. I said, hey, did Ilia Topuria just flee because these guys are here? I mean, there's guys now in this weight class. There's plenty of guys for him to fight now. I don't understand the move and the leave. Like, you bounced out. Jean Silva is way up there now. I mean, he wasn't even in the rankings, right? No, he wasn't even in the rankings, John.
No.
Jeez.
My point.
Jeez, Louise.
He was moving fast.
Yeah. So, I mean, he jumped up to 13 now, but he's going to make his way. He's going to make his way for sure.
Oh, yeah.
I was very impressed with his performance. I thought he did a wonderful job. Everything. The takedown defense, threatening the submission and the chokes, he did everything. And this is what I think if you're someone that's learning how to fight, if you're someone that's in a kickboxing gym, relaxation and having fun is the number one thing.
Yo, this guy really is a problem. His striking, his confidence. I said to Rogan and those guys when he walked back there, how do they have that much fun going into a fight? Granted, I love my job and I love fighting. I never felt that happy when it was time to compete. I liked it, but I was never smiling like Jean Silva. I was never barking like Jean Silva. Jean Silva is really having the time of his life when he gets the opportunity to fight.
I have a piece that I'm going to be writing. I won't give it away too much, but his energy level is just like this, man. He comes into a room that I was sitting in. Everybody's kind of middle of the day, not kind of low energy after lunch, and he comes in and he just immediate energy and kind of yelling and talking and just revving things up. And I'm like, you're the guy who's supposedly trying to make weight in this situation and dieting and can't eat everything, and yet you're the guy who's the life of the party. So that's what you're seeing in there is really who he is, man. That's exactly 100% who that guy is.
After that performance against Bryce Mitchell, it's only going to be big fights. Of course, you've got Aljamain Sterling out there, who's a former champion at bantamweight. He's coming up to featherweight. He's doing big things. But I don't know if necessarily, he's the guy that's going to make the charge, that's going to get a title fight anytime soon. Well, guess what? You put him up against Jean Silva. If you beat Jean Silva, then, of course, the career's still popping and going in the right direction. And for Jean Silva, if he can get a scalp off of somebody like Aljamain Sterling, if he can take him out, it only makes his case even bigger. It makes his fan base grow even larger and makes his shot at becoming a featherweight champion all that much more realistic. So I do like that matchup. I think it makes a lot of sense. It's not an easy matchup for either man, but regardless of who it is, it's only going to be big fights going forward for Jean Silva.
But with Jean Silva, I think it was very, I think it was as dominant as it could get. Yeah, this guy is on a run. He's on a crazy run. Like Jean Silva, it just seems like he can't be stopped right now. And it would have been nice if Topuria was still down at the weight class because of this stylistic approach, the heavy boxing style of Jean Silva, counter boxing style. There's a couple of things that I think Jean could do better just watching that fight as well. But again, for what it was, able to neutralize the threat of Bryce Mitchell. Obviously, each opponent presents different problems and different ways that you prepare for the fight. With this, I thought he did a great job defending all the takedowns. He has a really nasty guillotine choke, as we all now can see. And the dude, he's a tank, man. And he also called me Baby Shark. He called me Baby Shark. I think he's called me Little. It's like, damn, bro. A lot of interesting matchups to be made at this weight class now. And I'm in the mix. So it's starting to get exciting. It's starting to get very exciting.
If he were to put somebody like Sterling away like that, not saying that he can or he will, but then your Volkanovski fight is a lot more within reach.
Yeah.
If it's still Volk at that point.
You know, the 145-pound weight division, you know, they may have a new sheriff in town, dude. And I think with his ability, with his great striking, dude, his takedown defense, you know, he went for the ghillie a couple times. He went for the ghillie without the arm against Bryce Mitchell. This dude's diverse, man. His ability to get up from bottom when he was on bottom, man. Jean Silva is a champion in the making, Kamaru.
He looked incredible, and we know he's got the striking arsenal. We know a lot of these fighting nerds guys have got this flashy striking that they love to finish fights with, one-punch power. But Jean Silva's also got an incredibly dangerous submission game. When he jumped the ghillie, you know, in this fight, it was close for a while. It took all of Bryce's grappling chops to get out of it, but once that ninja choke was on, it was good night Vienna. You could see that, and it's destructive, and that sends a shockwave across the featherweight division. Obviously, there's there's other fights on this card. The featherweight title fight was on this card. You start thinking, where does Jean Silva fit in this featherweight mix now? Because he is ranked, or he will be on Monday morning, and this guy's a real problem for everybody.
In my opinion, this takes Jean Silva, and it puts him in a position where he's either fighting for the title or he's one fight away from getting a title shot, because he's just looked fantastic since coming in.
He's just got way too much power, way too many tools. Yeah. And the dude looks so comfortable in the octagon, man. Like, again, those are the special type fighters. You know, I don't know if he's going to be a champion, but he certainly looks like it right now. And he's a problem, man. Good luck dealing with that level of striking.
I don't know whether Silva's right now. I don't know whether Silva's just that good that he can go 50% against Bryce and win in that fashion, or if like the showboating, the confidence, the unhingedness kind of lends itself to that kind of aura. And I think it was off-putting for Bryce as well. Bryce just didn't look comfortable in there at any stage of the fight.
No. Jean Silva, he did look like a champ. He did. He was just so loose and fluent in there, and he was just so good with his takedown defense. Beautiful, confident with his takedown defense, and it was sweet seeing him be pissed. Usually he's friends with these guys, knucking these guys, going, yeah. But Bryce Mitchell didn't want to touch him up, and it pissed him off, and it was sweet watch that guy fight.
And Jean Silva has the it factor. I mean, he was doing things that was bringing people to their knees. Ari Emanuel personally went and congratulated Jean Silva, and I would just tell you, I've never seen that happen before.